This is Cheeky Mo. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, there is so much to talk about. I found it difficult to know where to begin. So I made some notes here of 3 things that I want to talk about that nobody is telling you. None of these analysts are telling you. What you watch on TV, nobody's telling you any of this stuff. So there's these 3 things I'm going to go over with you. So let's dive right in. The first thing I want to talk about is the thing, obviously, what's on everybody's mind is the economy. And with that, as I've been saying in my previous videos, this ain't the first time we've been at this rodeo. This has all happened before. And we've all survived it before. So here's the first thing I want to talk about. It's called the Roman arena effect. That's the first thing we're going to get into. The second thing we're going to talk about is something that you should already be in, and that's in survival mode. Now, if you're poor, anybody that's poor knows how to survive when money's tight. But if you're rich, you got a problem. The third thing I'm going to talk about is what's going to happen next. Now, here at Cheeky Mo, I always said that if you want to know what's happening now, you can get that anywhere. There's a bunch of channels that'll tell you and analyze for you what's happening now and give you all these charts and graphs and percentages about what's happening. Inside your head, you already know what's happening, okay? So you don't need me to tell you what's happening now. What I'm here to do is to tell you what's gonna happen next, what's gonna happen in the future, so that you can make better decisions for yourself and your family. So what is this Roman arena distraction effect that I was talking about? So let's go back to Rome. And they had built this arena in Rome. And the purpose for the arena, unbeknownst to the population, which at the time was very poor, there was a lot of disease, there was a lot of corruption. So the Romans decided, we're going to build this arena. And one of the things, the biggest things that the arena solved for the Romans was it distracted the people from their problems. That's what it did. You would go to the arena, you would see these big fights, you would see all this entertainment. They would throw measly amounts of food at you so that, you would want to be one of the ones that was able to catch the bread or whatever they were throwing at you at the time. So it was very entertaining. And people went to the arena every day, because they wanted to see what was going to happen next. And they wanted to have something to talk about when they left the arena. But what the arena did, unbeknownst to the people, was it distracted them from their problems, because they were so busy focused on what was happening in the arena that day and what was going to happen in the arena tomorrow that they just sort of forgot about their problems that were affecting them right now. So here's what's happening with that. So today we still have the same thing. We still have the Roman arena distraction, except it's a little bit more high tech. Now the Roman arena is your TV. It's your cell phone. It's the internet. It's your laptop. It's high tech now. We have a high tech arena. And all that stuff does, all that tech does at a time like this is to just distract you from your problems. If you're staring at your cell phone and playing games and watching what's happening on your cell phone, TikTok, Facebook, all this stuff, you're distracted from what's really going on in your world, okay? Because you're looking at that stuff all the time. You're looking at your tech, okay? And that's called the Roman arena distraction effect. So, good people, I don't want you to be seduced by the Roman arena distraction effect. Don't get distracted by that. You don't need to stay on your cell phone that much. You don't need to be on the internet that much. What you need to do is to focus on your problems, your issue, and to find a solution, okay? Now, the second thing I want to talk about is survival mode. Now, if you're not in survival mode now, you should be. You should already be in survival mode. And here's what I mean by that. You're trying to feed your family. You're trying to protect your family. You're trying to figure out, how can I make this dollar that I made go further, knowing that prices are going up? How can I make this dollar go further? Okay. So here's some of the things that in survival mode you should be doing. Number one, you should definitely have a side hustle. You should have side hustles all over the place. When you're poor and you don't have much money, those people, they know how to hustle. So if you're not hustling, it's going to be a bad day for you. So you should definitely have a side hustle. You should always be hustling. Next, in survival mode, you should be trusting your instincts, not what you're being told. What you're being told is by the media and sometimes the president is that things are going to get better. It's softening. What we're doing is beginning to work. So don't worry. Don't panic. Okay? Remain calm because we're in control. We know what we're doing. So you shouldn't be panicking and freaking out. Okay? That's what they're trying to tell you. But you should be trusting your instincts. I'm not saying that you should be freaking out. You shouldn't. But you should be trusting your instincts. You know what's happening around you. And you know how best to address it. Don't worry about percentages and graphs and charts and all that kind of stuff. You don't need to worry about that stuff. You need to trust your instincts. Next, you need to understand this. We're going to survive this. We are going to survive this problem. We have, as a people, survived every catastrophe known to man. Everything that has happened that has been bad, we have survived it. Example, the stock market crash in the 1930s. People were jumping out of buildings because they thought it's the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. You're just having a tough time. You don't need to be jumping out of a building. You know, you're putting a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Don't jump out of a building because you have a temporary problem. You should be in survival mode, okay? Next, we survived the dot-com bubble, didn't we? We survived that. It was tough, but we did survive it. We survived the recession back in the early 80s, around 2008. We survived that. Fast forward to today, we're going to survive COVID. A lot of people have suffered for it, but as a species, an intelligent species, we are going to survive it. And that's the attitude you should have. No matter what happens, you should understand and you should believe that you're going to survive. If you don't have that belief, that's kind of a problem, because if you believe that you're not going to survive, you're absolutely right. You're not going to survive. If you believe that you are, you're absolutely right again. You will. Now, the next thing, as on this channel, we always say, we're going to talk about what's going to happen next, which a lot of channels and a lot of people, they don't talk about what's going to happen next. Here's what's going to happen next. You're going to be patient. You're going to be patient and you're going to ride this out. Okay? You're going to be patient and you're going to see things go up and down for a while. And eventually we're going to climb out of this. And how do I know this? I know this because History tells me this. History has shown us over and over again that no matter what, no matter how bad things have gotten or how bad things get, we survive them. We come out of them. My great-grandmother, who was Cherokee, she survived the Trail of Tears. Now, for those of you who don't know that, that was when the federal government forced the Cherokee Indians among a bunch of other Indian tribes to walk from the South, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, that area, all the way to Oklahoma. And thousands of them died. But a lot of them survived. Those that survived came back and they had this mental toughness, okay? My great-grandmother was one of those people. And she instilled that in her whole family, okay? And including me. So I'm trying to pass on that type of an attitude to you, that kind of mental toughness, so that you understand that it doesn't matter how things get, how bad things get. It doesn't matter how bad they're telling you things are going to be. It doesn't matter what these graphs tell you and what the media tell you. It doesn't matter. What matters is your mental toughness, okay? If you have this attitude of mental toughness, okay, you will survive. You will be patient. You will have your mental toughness in order, and you will survive. Now, with that being said, I want you to come back. Make sure that you do come back for more, because there is so much to talk about. You know, we're going to make this one a little bit brief and come back at you tomorrow. So stay tuned. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and come back tomorrow.